Hey everyone, welcome back to Glass Seats. This is Viddy.
And my name is Mrinal, and on this episode, we are talking about what I think is one of the most underrated players in the NHL. Jeffrey Skinner.
Jeffrey. Yeah.
Heffrey.
Yeah.
Jeff Skinner becomes the 11th youngest player to reach 1,000 career games.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he has never played in the playoffs.
Big sad. Yeah.
The two teams he's played for are the Carolina Hurricanes and the Buffalo Sabres.
Yeah. And he was dealt at the worst time for the Hurricanes.
He was there in the Hurricanes all through the kind of sucky years where they were like really middling.
Yeah.
And the face of the team was like Eddie Lack and Cam Ward.
Yeah, something like that. Oh, yeah. I mean, Cam Ward was a stud when they were like competitive.
Yeah.
But, you know, it was eventually he kind of like overwore his welcome, right?
Yeah,
like,
they won that one cup.
Yeah.
And then they just kind of
yeah.
kept trying to repeat it and it just kept not working.
It just didn't work. Yeah. They just needed to look themselves in the face and say like, hey, this isn't working. So
yeah. And Skinner unfortunately was drafted during that time and got caught up in that.
Yeah.
And then he was dealt to Buffalo, which has perennially been terrible.
Yeah. I mean, he had that one absolutely monster season, got a big contract out of it, but I mean, not to say he's a bad player. He's definitely not a bad player.
I just started this saying he's underrated.
Yeah, yeah. And, you know, he's still a very effective player and, you know, like good guy in the locker. He's a guy you want to play for. You want him in your locker room.
Anytime I watch him play, I love his game.
Yes.
He's a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
He's so dynamic.
And he has no problem like being annoying. Gritty.
Yes.
So
he covers every aspect of hockey, what you love in a hockey player. He does it all with a smile too.
Yeah.
I have a
1,000 games and no playoff experience. No playoff experience. And at his celebration, he was all smiles.
Yeah.
All smiles. Yep.
Yeah. You'll never hear him. I've never heard him say anything bad.
Nope.
His interviews are always great.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I like Jeff Skinner.
Yeah.
Had he played for a team that had a little bit more playoff success, I think he'd be a much bigger name than he is.
Yeah. I don't want to say like, oh, but things are getting better in Buffalo because we've been saying that for a long time. But, you know, with acquisitions such as like Bo and Byram and you know, like they've got a young, vibrant roster. They've got now some cup experience on the roster. I'm hoping things will get better soon before, you know, it's like too late and age starts becoming a factor in his game too. But, you know, it's hard to say. I really hope Buffalo at least gives him that chance.
Yeah,
soon.
or, you know, he gets to have a trade deadline acquisition to someone who'll give him that chance.
Yeah, that too. I mean, he's all smiles wherever he goes, I guess. So
yeah, I mean, I would love to see Skinner in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think he, like you said, that grittiness, he has a game that would translate well to playoff hockey.
Yeah. Do you think that going 1,000 games, or, I mean, there's been multiple players who have gone a very long time without either a playoff experience or a cup. Do you think that brings more humility or does that bring more frustration as time goes on?
I don't know. I could see both, you know, like at the same time, like it's frustration because you want to play in that playoffs, right? But you have to recognize that you personally have done all you can.
Yeah.
Jeff Skinner has had 50 goal seasons. He's been a consistent like around 30 goal scorer.
Yeah.
For Carolina.
Yeah.
And for Buffalo, even as he's getting into the later points of his career, he's battled through injuries. He's done it all.
Yes.
Like, I don't think you can ask him to give any more than he has.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
just unfortunate place, wrong
place, wrong time. And that's just how some careers go.
Yeah. There is really, unfortunately, a lot of luck. And that's why I also hate the argument like, oh, no playoff experience, no cups, no blah, blah, blah. I was like, yo, there's so much out of his control, out of any player's control.
Let's be real. I'm not saying Jeff Skinner is on the level of like a superstar.
Of course not. No.
But is he a better player than we give him credit for?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. And the veteran experience probably helps a shitload too, like in the locker room, as I was saying.
You know, and he gets better with age.
Yeah.
You know, you can see him adapt that game.
Yeah. Do you think, I was looking up players who had like kind of who were great guys and, you know, like you love to play for it, but like unfortunately didn't have that either playoff luck or like just didn't even make the playoffs. Two guys come to mind immediately. Raymond Bourque, Ron Hainsey. Ron Hainsey, when he made his playoff debut 2017, won the cup.
Yep.
Could that possibly be a situation for Skinner? That's why I was also asking about the humility thing.
Are we talking about with Buffalo or with someone else?
I don't know. I mean, it could be like, who knows? What if Buffalo suddenly explodes and become... how bad were the Avalanche for so long? Then they got that one key piece by trading away Duchesne. Became a monster team after that.
Well, the difference is the Buffalo have had several key pieces now. Jack Eichel.
Make a trade.
Taylor Hall.
Yeah.
Tage Thompson.
Yeah.
Rasmus Dahlin. Owen Power. I can keep going.
Yeah.
Linus Ullmark.
Yeah. So you just don't think Jeff Skinner is going to find playoff success here until you see it?
I don't have faith in Buffalo.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Got it. So until it happens, you just don't think it's happening. Yeah.
Buffalo has reached, I'll believe it when I see it territory.
Got it.
I put the Maple Leafs in that category several times on this show.
Yeah.
And if I'm doing that for the Maple Leafs, I have to do it for the Sabres, don't I?
Yeah. Would you do it, side tangent, would you do it for Ottawa too?
Ottawa,
because they were a goal away from the Cup final, right?
Yeah, well, I mean that was so long ago.
It was, yes, but
Ottawa also has the new ownership, and then they were caught in so many scandals at the beginning of this year.
Yeah,
I'm a little more lenient on Ottawa.
Okay, got it.
Buffalo, I think you have 2 first overall pick at playing D for you.
Yeah.
What more do you want?
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, gotcha. So
and you had Jack Eichel and you traded him.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't let him get the surgery he wanted.
Yeah. And then he won a cup in Vegas.
And then he won a cup.
Yeah.
This is on you, Buffalo.
Yeah. So do you think this is, for at least for Jeff Skinner personally, do you think this is going to be more of a Raymond Bourque situation where he needs to be traded and maybe he can like have a last hurrah at a cup?
I mean, any player can have that, right?
Right.
That's luck at that point.
Right.
Like, I would.
But do you think that's what it's going to take for him to like taste playoff success?
Honestly, I think so. His age just doesn't line up with the Sabres, right?
Yeah.
I could see him being a piece out. I don't know his contract details. I'm pretty sure that's the only thing stopping him because after that 50-goal season, he signed a giant contract.
Yeah.
And nobody wants a player that age at that cap hit.
Yeah, $9 million something. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you can make that work, get a third team involved somehow.
Yeah.
Honestly, isn't Jeff Skinner the exact type of player you'd expect someone like Vegas to go for a playoff run?
Yeah, but how much can they go over the cap? They got everyone.
Yeah, I mean this year, yeah. But like maybe in another couple of years.
Yeah, for sure. I could.
He seems like a great trade deadline bait minus the cap hit, right? So you got to figure out the cap hit, but
right. But I don't think Buffalo's willing to part ways. We just talked about this whole episode about how he's such a great player. You love to play for him. You love to have him in your locker room. I don't think Buffalo's willing to part ways with that just yet, right?
Okay.
So you're saying that's Buffalo's like GM's fault?
I mean, what is Buffalo waiting for?
I don't know. I'm not their GM.
Maybe I could, this is really unfortunate for Skinner, but I could see that the year Buffalo's good, they could ship him out to bring someone in younger,
Again, yeah.
But if they ship him out, if it's like a mutual playoff trade, he goes to someone who's maybe in a wild card spot, makes a run.
Yeah.
I would want it for Jeff Skinner.
Yeah. Yeah. It would be cool to see like him go to like Nashville or something too. Yeah. Regardless, it sounds like the point that we're trying to make here is this man needs someone
get him into the playoffs.
Yeah, because there's some players that just really just turn it on in the playoffs.
Yeah,
something tells me he could be that one of those players.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we've seen him do it in contract years. Why can't he do it in the playoffs? So get this man some help, please. For the love of God.
Someone in the NHL get Jeff Skinner in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Leave your thoughts on Jeff Skinner in the comments below and drop a like on this video. Hit subscribe for more episodes because we are Glass Seats and we have 3 episodes out every week.
Yep.
You can also follow us on Instagram at Glass Seats Show is the handle. We'll see you in the next episode.
Peace.